Amidst the chaos of the Genpei War, one name rang out, a legend forged in battle, Tomoe Gozen. She wasn't just a samurai. She was a storm, a force of nature fighting for the Minamoto clan. Her beauty was famed, but it was her skill with the blade and her unwavering loyalty to her lord, Minamoto no Yoshinaka, that truly defined her. Yet, the source of her legendary strength wasn't steel, but the fierce, unyielding heart that beat within her. One crisp autumn morning, on a hill overlooking a quiet battlefield, Tomoe stood alone. The wind whispered through the falling leaves, a fleeting moment of peace before the inevitable clash. In that stillness, her own heart roared like a fire. The wind seemed to carry voices of the past and future, a soft reminder of how quickly life, victory, and death can pass. It brought back a poem from her childhood. The sound of the wind whispers through the autumn leaves, but my heart beats louder still. Those words resonated deep within her. Her life had been one of constant struggle, an endless series of battles. She understood that true strength wasn't just in the sword, but in the will to keep fighting, the spirit that refuses to break, even when fate itself seems to turn against you. The sound of hooves broke her trance. It was Yoshinaka, his face weary, but his eyes burning with the same fire as hers. "Tomoe," he called out, his voice strong against the wind. "The Taira are gathering for their final assault. We must ride." She met his gaze, her own unwavering. "I will ride with you, my lord. But first, we must remember what we fight for. It is not only the sword that leads us, but the heart. The wind speaks of fleeting moments, but my heart will carry me through." A smile of deep respect touched Yoshinaka's lips. "Your heart is what makes you stronger than any warrior I know. Tomoe, lead us to victory." With a nod, she mounted her steed. As they rode towards the overwhelming Taira forces, she knew this battle would be different. The odds were against them, but still, her heart beat louder than any fear, louder than any doubt. When the armies clashed, the world became a symphony of chaos. Yet, Tomoe moved through it like a dancer in a storm. Her sword was an extension of her will, finding its mark with hawk-like precision. She faced the Taira's greatest champion, a mountain of a man burning with hate. He swung his massive sword, but Tomoe was quicker, a blur of motion. With a swift, fluid strike, she disarmed him, her blade finding the gap in his armor. He fell, defeated, while her heart remained a calm center in the raging tempest. For hours, the battle raged. Tomoe never faltered. With each enemy she felled, her resolve hardened, her spirit soared. The wind might have whispered through the autumn leaves, but Tomoe's heart echoed with the power of 1,000 storms. As the sun began to set, the Minamoto forces stood victorious. Yoshinaka rode to her side, his face filled with awe. "You have led us to victory, Tomoe. Your heart is a force like no other." She looked out over the now silent battlefield. "Victory is fleeting, my lord. The wind whispers of it, but it is the heart that endures. The battle is over, but our fight to remain true to ourselves is eternal." And so, the legend of Tomoe Gozen lived on, not just as a peerless warrior, but as a woman whose spirit could never be silenced, whose courageous heart would forever beat louder than the wind. Thank you for joining us on this journey into history. If you were inspired by Tomoe's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales of legendary figures. See you next time.